2, 1. Part 2 of the Punters Show, just a bit of a spruik. We'll just start off with it. Roast beef profiles, man of the match from the weekend. Right back into it. Everyone's products are up and running. Obviously, your stuff is there with, as it always has been, plus the $20 service. Mounting home, seeing him like baseballs.
Seeing him like baseballs, yeah. Hitting them out of the park. I'm still enjoying the parade. It's been holding up well for
it has been really.
I wish I'd been punting as well as I've been tipping, and of course, you know, whoever does that.
Yeah. And playing the tournaments as well as you're doing that as well too.
Yeah, I was in front of the tournament, you see, I was home. You sort of think, I'll back this winner, I'll do this, I'll finish with Nord. 5 rebounds, done 660, fucking blackout. Dirty, filthy top end, believe me, I hate the tournaments. I love the tournaments. No, they're fucking grouse. But I get in a great position to get to 88,000, and then I changed my thought pattern. Now, how can I just chip away to just take a little, you know, and...
Helford River.
I just couldn't find the line. I was only, anyway, big. I didn't feel
hey, you know what next stop is? Visiting your grandson a little bit more, mate. You're off the Cairns. You're on the Cairns and Rockhampton circuit.
If you finish up harmless and Cairns, you've got plenty of company sitting around there, whether it was brothers, there's a flagon. Just make sure you wipe the lid.
Have you noticed how they congregate in the shopping centres during the day in the air conditioning?
It's funny. The air conditioning is like a gift from God. My son up there, he runs the air conditioning 24/7. $1,500 a quarter. He said, Dad, it's the cheapest bill I pay.
Yeah.
You just got it. Anyway,
tournaments
are great.
Yeah, so tournaments are all on. All the products are there, but race beat profiles, we've only just started it this week, or last week should do. Started off really well. Package is available for the year if you wanted to jump on board, or for the $59 thing. So that's about the main news with products, because it's the one that was not up and running, and is now back up and running.
That's back up?
Yeah, no, it's basically been off since we've been off with the show.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So race beat profiles back, ready for a huge year.
I need a holiday like that. I think race beat profiles. They came back
fresh as
I'm taking 2 weeks off in the middle of the year. It's in my contract. I'm going away somewhere.
I'll be for sure.
I'll go away definitely for 3 days.
Yeah, fresh is important in this. If you don't freshen up, like even now, like I haven't really done much form coming into it, and just going in, it's almost new and it's fresh, and you get
clearness.
Yeah, you actually enjoy, you want to do it rather than. I think that's important. Anyway, sad news during the week. It's been a very long ongoing battle of health with Cole Tidy, but one of the fixtures in, I suppose, all of our lives in racing.
And I hope the industry does do something like name a race after Cole's somewhere during the week, something.
A feature race should be, yeah. I mean, it's, you know.
Well, maybe I wouldn't do a feature because he's a bookie. They hate bookies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But well.
You should.
He was a breeder. He's a big part of the game, and for him to pass away, I suppose it's probably happy news for Cole and his family, because he was in bad health, lows inside,
so young,
mid-70s or something. Was he?
74.
Yeah, and sick for a long time too. But it was interesting to read that Brent got in contact with Ken Callender, who I think most people know are best of mates. And he said he was still going to the pub up until December, and then really went down. So that was really nice to see, actually.
I bet with him for 25 years in absolute telephone numbers. Just always happy to pay me, and happy if he beat me, and just always happy.
Happy not to be paid.
I tell you, you can never say about Cole Tidy ever that he was a whinging bookie.
No.
I was once a whinging bookie. Everyone's a whinging bookie. Cole was never a whinging bookie.
And I think socially, when you're out with Cole, you never didn't have a good time. You know, like I mean, not that I spent a lot of time with him, but most of the times you've been out, you'd always think, yeah, that was a good night, it was a good laugh, or whatever it was.
I can tell you a great story. I know people like my stories, and it doesn't matter. I can't go into the full details of the whole story.
Okay, so there's
no for legal purposes. Anyway, I had to meet Cole once in the commission room 2 hours before the first on Wednesday, and he had to bring out I'll never forget it, $348,000. That's a lot of cash to hand over to a punter. For legal purposes, so that's all I can say. But anyway, he said, "Oh, Glenn, here's that thing." I said, "Oh, thanks, Cole." I'm in the commission room. It's $348. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, I can't say why. Anyway, about an hour later, Cole, he came running in the commission room, and he was dripping with sweat. He was just like panic-stricken, because even I thought about taking off with the $348,000, but can't tell you why for legal purposes. And he said, "Glenn." And I said, "Oh, yes, Cole, it's all sweet, you know." He goes, "Oh, I forgot to mention. Make sure you don't lose that TAA bag." It was like, remember the old...
Oh yeah, the TAA.
TAA bags. He's like,
TAA.
I forgot to tell you, I want to get that back. I said, oh, it should be sweet, Cole. It was kicked around, but you wouldn't get $5 for it at a garage sale. It came in a hot sweat to talk to that, which I can't talk about the money for legal purposes. No promise in the world to hand over 348 to a young nipper like me who could have been on a flight to fucking anywhere. The airport is 3 minutes away from the Random Commissioner.
Yeah.
Again, I've got to reiterate. It's a great story. And there he was fucking shitting himself over this maroon TAA bag with the white handles. I can see the white handles on it. He walked back out of the room, he was like, oh, thank God, that bag's in me. And I remember thinking, Cole, if only you knew how much I was going to long arm this money. It's great story.
You've been sitting there sweating thinking, geez, you good bloke, I couldn't do it.
You're like,
geez, I'm going to.
It wasn't my money.
Yeah.
And I can't say whose. But I kept thinking, yeah, I should. He came in, it's like he called me on.
Yeah.
Oh, the TAA bag. Fuck, it was funny. And his lovely wife Helen and son Robert, who I don't know very well, but everything I hear about Robert I really like because he sounds a player. And I dig a person who plays. It doesn't matter if you've got nothing, but if you play, you play.
Yeah.
And they probably got that TAA bag in the garage under 18 boxes.
Yeah, well,
I'm telling you.
Check the TAA bag.
Check inside, there's something in that TAA bag. It's a great story.
Anyway, well, yeah, sad news, but yeah, another person who's given their life to racing. I think that's what you'd say. Whatever way to.
He lived his life who he was.
Yep.
He dragged on a bunga.
Yep.
Loved to have a drink with his mates. He fucking betcha.
Yep.
What do you want to do? I'll bet.
Yep.
You beat me. I mean, and to live your life like so purely, in a way, it's a pure way to live. You live who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Happy with that.
Yeah, Cole.
Good guy.
Luke is our first email for the to be read out in part 2. Welcome back, guys. Great to see your yous return to our screens.
His yous will work.
Not like that, I don't think.
Only
But Luke's a very good emailer, and he has actually sent an email in. Can we get more emails, not tweets, please?
The tweets are tweeting away. And
yeah, it says get more in depth.
Oh, happy New Year to Teeny too, wherever she is.
Firstly, maybe one for Mark. More often than not, I'm finding betting around desperately unlucky runners, e.g. being disappointed for a run and making ground very late when clear despite having momentum halted or going to the line under a stranglehold to avoid getting onto heels. In bunch finishes at their next start is, if suited, a great play. Thoughts?
Great thought, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, go.
Well, he's betting around them.
Yep.
So he's saying that the market's overreacting, so they're desperately unlucky.
I think there's an organisation called Humbleton who practices that theory.
Yeah, but I think you could possibly get in early. I thought
Yes.
there's, a little bit of cream there for you before Humbleton just comes in and takes it all.
No, but I think they use that theory, and it is a classic overreaction, isn't it? People see a horse going to the line hard hill and think it's got another 6 links in it. It's probably got another 6 centimetres in it.
Right, now on this point, I didn't get to talk about a horse in part 1, which is another cocktail, who I was surprised to see run around on Saturday, given Waller is such a, track-heavy, scratch man. What's his go? Because it was the desperately unlucky.
Actually, I've got to say the Glenstar early. Now that's what was run 3 in Australia.
Yeah,
obviously hyped off the first
I think we had
run.
third or second.
No, your comment was
this is a fucking miss.
No, it was Imposter. That was his Imposter, and then the third horse, his third pick was Cawthon's Power, bigger Imposter. But Glen at its third start has already labelled it an Imposter.
There you go.
Yeah, it does seem to have the stink of slung, doesn't it?
It'll be.
What about Cawthon's Power at the $19.50 on the fair late? Like 19.5. I mean, it ran the race at a 7-1 chance.
Yeah.
There it is.
No, that's reassuring when you see those horses. You go, this is a 7-1 chance. It's 14-1 or 20-1 or whatever, and then it runs the race like it's a 7-1 chance. It's very reassuring.
Exactly. There's still something left for us. Like many, I've liked Defcon from day dot. Hard not to like a horse after it trialled like it did when then witnessing what the stablemate achieved thereafter, that stablemate being Capitalist. My thoughts from the weekend, considering the circumstances are that he has big upside, and with any improvement he's going to be balls deep in anything he contests.
I think we went that way earlier.
Yeah, I think we agree.
Luke's email here.
Yep.
I think it's going to be balls deep too.
Also, like to mention.
I'm telling you one thing. We need tracks to stay dry, which I think they will.
Also, I'd like to mention how bloody excited I am for the Eskimo Prince this weekend. I all but declared press statement if he returns a run like he's run to the Rose, but then thought when his main aim is Randwick Guineas Doncaster, is he going to be wound up enough by design? Would the Hobart Bill first up be a better setup for him? Then read he's unlikely, take him out, and how do you like this line up this brute prior to Dubai with the likes of Japanese me, counter-attack, or even a lower rated Lieutenant after a stable change? Then there's the unknown of how good...
Here at Canterbury Park, we're on a soft 5 here, a soft 5 this afternoon.
Right on top of it, Darren. Well done.
Then there's the unknown of how good a horse like Wolf Crow will end up being. Sure, the lads will talk about this in depth come Friday, can't wait. Well, we have got the races coming out, but I think the big talking point so far about the race on Saturday is Melbourne are going half an hour, and we actually have a Sydney and Melbourne race set to clash on Saturday. Race 4 and race 3 in Sydney and Melbourne are at the same time.
Well, Melbourne racing, they've always been pigs.
What's going on?
Well, Melbourne want to try 30 minutes. We don't want to come. I don't know what the machinations of the two clubs are, and they're not getting together. But it's just silly.
That's absurd. At the same time, they're going to jump.
Oh, and the thing is, because then you've got 5-minute gaps, 15-minute gaps, 20-minute gaps. So there's no consistency.
Good momentum for everybody.
I
think Melbourne have also thought we don't care about this anymore. Who's bet on those 7 horse races?
Well, the thing is, it's become a toxic relationship.
How many Sydney punters do you hear? Oh, I only bet in Melbourne. You ever hear any Melbourne punters say, I only bet in Sydney? You never hear that.
No. Well, you know, Darren.
Also, he said, how's everyone
Brading first up at fresh?
If Glenn is fired up, please edit as sparingly as possible. So we've got to not edit as much, and I'm going to be a bit easier to handle. We haven't had that today.
Everything's fine.
I'm pro the black man. The Abbo. I love the Abbo.
Michael, and then Michael adds some clarity to what we were saying. Now the post ministers have been introduced. Fixes, it's your brief. You know, I think racing is struggling enough as it is for relevance.
Well, we're the only site, or the only thing that is not contaminated by Volandes and Racing New South Wales.
Yeah.
Like RaceNet's my favourite site, but it's just got so politically correct. It's just terrifying.
Yeah.
Finding one journalist that writes one thing about anything that's a little bit...
No, it doesn't happen. We know that. And whilst we're fighting for relevance, we shouldn't be fighting... New South Wales and Victoria shouldn't be fighting, because if that's the case, turn last person out, flick the lights off, please. Sure. If they haven't already been turned off.
They might have been turned off, Del.
Yeah, that's it. Not everybody can afford 1,500 air conditioning bills. Scotty said, anyone know the reason behind J Mac not being on the Stone and Horse today? Being on the Stone and Horse today and painted fire tails?
Because jockeys for Wednesday are organised before Saturday.
Yes.
So the fact that Painted Firetail missed the run on Saturday,
the last 2 races cancelled,
and turns up here today on Wednesday.
There it is.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That was an easy one to explain.
Yeah, J-Mac was already booked. Shane, in reference to the show returning, my life can resume to normality.
Oh, that's good. That's good on you, Shane. So I'm glad I make it all feel a bit more normal. I think we all do, in our own little way.
It's quite funny not having the politically correct barometer over there, because he'd be horrified, I reckon. I'm just thinking back to what you've actually said. Yeah, what you've actually said. And I'm saying, yeah, it's good as gold. No worries. He'd go, you can't. No, you can't.
What have I said? No, I said
we need to be like Weekend at Bernie's. We
need somebody there. Jake will watch it and he'll be horrified.
Any punters this year, like, we're pretty approachable. If you ask if you want to come on the show, we're going to say yes.
Yeah, come on, random guests.
Surely all the time. Can we get Terry on the show this year?
Absolutely.
Terry Griffin, why not?
Shouldn't he be one of our early guests?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's
Terry the
gives us a
Copper.
great insight into different parts of the industry. He's been a Racing New South Wales steward for 20 years, and now he's a Dr. Nick now. I suppose he won't get as much Dr. Nick guys, that's fair enough. That's steward. But we can get the dirt on all the stewards.
Yeah. What about if we get Melbourne punter on, get Leon and
we'll get Leon when
he'll be straight back to fielding in Melbourne. Imagine that conversation. Oh, Mr. Murray, the boys asked me if they could go on the show. James has said, why not fight over turnover stupid to be... Yeah, exactly. He makes the point that rather than race clubs fighting themselves, why not fight on the turnover battle and all of that sort of stuff?
So you missed that yesterday, that there was an 11-horse field that became three unraced runners.
Oh, we're getting closer, aren't we? That's our hope for the year.
Like there was
if we have the 1-horse race and it's instantly on Twittergram, everyone heads to that meeting, we bring cakes and silver. I'll even bar the races to punt that day. We just go there for the one horse race.
Wherever it
and we
is.
get like 100 people down there.
Full round through on the hillside
Maybe.
today. Against the back of the first footman, missed it on the inside.
All right, well, what we'll do, while Sandown's on, we'll just take a break. Got a couple of tweets to go, and John Moore will be with us for part 3.